I have Tourette syndrome. Now that I said that, I need to tick. And those of you, like me, who have Tourette syndrome, know that you have to work a little harder to get where you are, or where you're going to be. So, if you're in school, you might have tics where you're like, okay, that wasn't a demonstration, that was an actual tick, because I'm talking about ticks, it does the thing, it's, there you go. So you have to work harder because, say you're in school and you're typing up or writing up, you're writing your essay. But while you're writing your essay, the ADHD is making you go like, there's a window. Your OCD is making you go like, oh, I made a mistake. Gotta erase that. The tick is making you go like, oh, damn, and you gotta keep your hand down. You gotta work so hard to get through school. And then when you work later, you'll have to work harder to work. So that's not fair, but that's the way it is. But it also means you can kind of find a system. You can adjust to it. And you'll find ways to manage it. And okay, so the tick happened, adjust, take a breath. It'll happen less if I'm less stressed. It'll happen less if I'm less focused on the fact that I'm ticking. So you'll find ways to manage when you're in school, when you're growing up with your tics. And is it fair that you have to work harder? No, it's not fair that you have to work harder. And it's not fair that people think that you shouldn't have anything in terms of after school. Sometimes there's a mentality, or very often, which is unfortunate, a stigma, in which people think that people with Tourette syndrome, or those with Tourette syndrome, shouldn't be on the workforce. They shouldn't work anywhere publicly because they have noises, or they might swear. If they have the aspect called coprolalia where they swear. And it's difficult to face that stigma when you have Tourette syndrome and think, wow, they really don't think that I should be there. Why would I want to go to a job where people are looking at me like, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't have a job. You should be hidden away in the back room, filing files in a cabinet. It's discouraging. And why should I even go through school when I'm going to be discouraged like that? Why should I have to do everything and work harder to do everything than most people just to end up being shut away in a filing cabinet, filing the files? So we have to work harder. But that's not because we should or because we're less capable. It's simply because other people think we're less capable. But maybe we can show them that we're not less capable and be like, well, I appreciate that you feel that my disorder or my syndrome, Tourette syndrome, makes me unable. But I can assure you that I am capable of working, like, say, as a virtual support coordinator, or as I was doing the show Employable Me, I did, I tried out for a pet store, and they had initial reserves about my qualifications, or not necessarily qualifications, but my abilities to do the job while having Tourette syndrome and how that would interact with the customers. But by being able to show them my abilities and take a day on the job, I was able to show them that my tics really weren't an issue. So maybe you can say, hey, instead of saying, well, getting mad and stomping off, you know what? I recognize that you have this reservation, and I can understand that because it's what a lot of people think, and it might be what you were told. But I've worked very hard to get where I am, to get through school and to get where I am today. And I'm going to work very hard for you. And I can show you that I am capable and how I am capable. And I think that once you see the way that I work, the way that I interact, you won't have any reservations about what I can do while experiencing tics. And if anyone asks, all I have to do is say, don't worry, it's just a tic. If you want to aspire, why not aspire? And show people that we can aspire and that it's not one of those, uh-oh, what are they doing at this job when they have Tourette syndrome? There you go.